CEO waited at the airport for his wife for 6 whole years. Today, he finally welcomed his wife back to the country. However, the woman nervously covered her face with her hand. Yet, an oblivious subordinate directly exposed her identity. The subordinate's voice immediately caught the CEO's attention. The woman sensed his gaze and slowly turned her head. She ended up locking eyes with the CEO. The CEO instantly recognized her as the wife he'd been searching for all these years. The next second, the woman bolted like a mouse fleeing from a cat. However, the CEO wasn't about to let her go so easily. He immediately chased after her. The woman, panicked, ran into the men's restroom to hide. Unexpectedly, the CEO quickly found her there. He cautiously asked if anyone was inside. At that moment, the sound of the woman carefully locking the door caught the CEO's attention. Just as the CEO was about to push the door open, he suddenly received a call from his assistant. Upon learning that his son had run away from home, the CEO had no choice but to temporarily let the woman go. He hurriedly rushed off to search for his son. Only after the sound of footsteps faded away did the woman dare to come out slowly. She never dreamed that on her first day back, she'd run into her ex-husband. At that moment, her only thought was to get far away from this mess. But before she could take a few steps, she bumped into a bespectacled little boy. Startled, the woman quickly apologized and helped him up. Then she asked the boy where his parents were. However, the boy didn't say a word. He simply picked up a pen and started writing. From his note, the woman learned the boy was looking for his daddy. When she looked closely at the boy, she noticed that he resembled the CEO. She suspected he might be the CEO's son, but soon dismissed the idea, thinking life wasn't like a drama with such coincidences. The woman then asked the boy if he had his daddy's contact information. The boy only shook his head blankly. Left with no choice, the woman decided to take him to the police station. But just then, the boy's stomach growled. The woman decided to take him to eat first before figuring out what to do. Not long after, the CEO found them. The woman, worried the boy would be discovered by the CEO, urged the boy to hide in the room and stay put. Then she opened the door. The CEO stormed in angrily, accusing her of avoiding him at the airport and now holding the boy hostage to lure him here. The woman explained she didn't know the boy was his son. Suddenly, he noticed 3 sets of utensils on the dining table. He guessed there might be someone else in the house. The woman firmly denied it. The boy also shook his head, indicating there was no one else. Relieved, the CEO was about to leave when he heard a noise coming from the bedroom. He was convinced the woman was hiding another man in the house. He angrily barged in to check, but all he found was a messy room and no one in sight. Little did he know, just after he left, the boy sat up from under the covers. The woman praised the boy for being so clever. She thought they'd never meet again, but unexpectedly, fate brought them together once more at a banquet. That day, the assistant informed the CEO that Dr. Anna still refused to treat his son's autism. However, she would be attending the Sue family banquet the next evening. Desperate for the doctor to treat his son, the CEO decided to attend the banquet himself to invite her. After all, Dr. Anna was the only person in the world who could cure his son. Little did he know, the Dr. Anna he was so determined to invite was actually his wife. The next day, the woman arrived at the Sue family banquet as planned. There, she unexpectedly ran into her sister. To ruin the woman once again, her sister deliberately accused her of seducing Mr. Sue, bringing Mrs. Sue and the guests over as witnesses.